It is Friday morning. Friday morning. Oh, it's 8:01 in the morning. And this is Coffee Talk. Rise and shine, my friends. We get together. I'm a little shiny here today. Okay, that's better. We rise and shine together, talk about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully getting your day started off on the right note and educated, entertained, I don't know, caffeinated. We've done this for almost a decade now, just about 7 days a week. There are some reasons that we don't sometimes, but it is what it is. Anyway, can we talk about this morning? To me, it's kind of beautiful. I don't know your thoughts. Let me take you over to the Orlando International Airport. Our tower cam there, looking great. Some clouds over top, no big problems, right? Over to the tourist district, see what's doing over at Disney Springs. Not so bad. You can see I-4 is not so good, but that really, to me, that isn't really a shocker to the system. Downtown Orlando, check in and see what's doing. Clouds over top. Oh, yeah. West 2 Studios tower cam. This is on our first warning live Doppler radar tower. Looking back over to Altamont Springs. Nice morning for you. Over to Tavares. Let's check in and see how you're doing this morning. Yeah, maybe a little hazy. Pretty. Up to Ocala we go, checking in. Beautiful, more sunshine out by you. Brevard County, let's check in and see how. Oh, yeah. That's a lot of smoke, by the way. I mean, I assume that that's okay. Big cruise ship. This is from Rusty's over at the port. That's pretty. That is pretty. Brevard County, let's head up the shoreline and see. Oh, well, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Kind of a neat shot from the vehicle assembly building at the Kennedy Space Center. That's nifty, right? And last but not least, let's head up the shoreline. So low clouds, we could say in some spots, right? Then we go to our New Smyrna Beach tower cam. This is looking across the Ponce Inlet. The Ponce Inlet's actually at the very, let's see if I lose the ticker. You could kind of see if I lose the ticker there on the very bottom, the Ponce Inlet. But we need a ticker, so we'll keep it on. Either way, lovely, lovely start to our morning. I hope you're having a great start in your neighborhood. Lots of sunshine where I live. First warning live Doppler radar. Quieter than yesterday. Did have a couple of showers in Volusia County. For now, they're just kind of off the shoreline. Not a bother to us whatsoever. So gotta love that. Temperatures out the door in the upper range of the 70s. It's looking good. It's feeling good. Our forecast today bringing up the rain chances. 40-50% coverage of showers and thunder showers as temperatures climb into the upper 80s and lower 90s. And yes, we'll have a little bit of rain to deal with. But this is a summer's day. This is a normal summer's day, right? So basically, here's the overall setup that we've got, all right? That old front has been sitting over top of us, and we've just had this moisture plume pulling up from the Gulf of Mexico and from the Caribbean Sea. But over the course of the day today, tonight, tomorrow, that front continues to die. And what we're ending up with afterward, this is what you call normal summer stuff, right? Just opportunities for showers and storms each day. The afternoon rains will be with us. So let's dial up the Futurecast model and see what it's showing. Oh, I did leave it in. So you should know this about me. I'm a nerd. I'm definitely I I don't think that Manolfi would get frustrated. I'm the technical nerd. Tony's right there with me. He's like the ideas guy, and I'm the one that has to try and figure out how to do it. So I'd say that that I'm a half a step ahead of him in the nerd stuff, just because he tells me what to do and I do. That's a good chief, and I'd like to say I try to be the Robin to his Batman. But anyway, I left Futurecast in the rapid update mode. So let's see what it's saying for today. All right, so 4 o'clock, there we go. Okay, so interesting. So Futurecast is one, first time I've looked at this today. Don't judge me, okay? I'm off of work, for goodness sake. So 6, 7, Tony's a nerd too, Mike. So 6, 7 o'clock. Interesting that Futurecast is really going with the late day convection, that East Coast, West Coast sea breeze collision in our western areas. So kind of interesting to me, observing that. Let's see. What about Beta Futurecast? That one's in its own world all the time. Okay, so that one's going with convection south of town. Yeah, see, this is where it gets frustrating because it's like, what do you do? It definitely looks like south and even southwest of town is really where we're looking at the best coverage of rain today. So there's that. At any rate, forecast looking like it's great, cool weather, right? 91 in Orlando today, 93 in Claremont, 94 degrees in the Villages. Matt says vacation haircut. I was so overdue with the passing of my mother. Had to skip. I have a haircut like every 3 weeks, and had to pass that one up because she was getting sick. And so, anyway, that was the longest my hair has gotten probably since the beginning of COVID. So I feel so much better with a good haircut. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm aerodynamic, I'm sleek. Thank God for haircuts. So anyway, there we are. Opportunity for some showers and some thunder showers. Let's look at the next couple of day rain chances. Okay. Today, 50%, 40% tomorrow, 30% for Sunday. And basically just kind of ups and downs, all of that fun stuff. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast, and you'll see very clearly the opportunity for some showers and some thunder showers. Again, like Tuesday, I mean, I'll have to look at the models, but like I don't see a 20% coverage of rain happening. But here we are. Also, did Marquise forget to lose the morning low temperature for Friday? It happened hours ago. Okay, so there we are. Opportunity for showers and storms. Rainy season is here. We'll have to get with the National Weather Service to see when exactly that kicks in. But I like that. I like what I see. So here we are losing that frontal boundary, that southerly wind flow that's pulling up all that moisture is finally going away. We're finally getting back to our normals. We're going to be able to enjoy a couple of days outside. If you're heading out and about this weekend, beach boating forecast looking fantastic for us. Overall, this weekend's forecast looking good. A couple of showers, a couple of thunder showers, but otherwise we are really looking nice. Humidity has been quite out of control. That's going to start getting in check next week as we kind of, steamy is gross. It's awful. It's just awful. At least we're getting back to like where we should be. And there's something to be said for that. Pretty standard summer rainy season stuff, Elliot says. Exactly. One asterisk to that is the fact that we still for today have all of that moisture stuck over South Florida. There are flood watches posted for Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade, mainland Monroe, Collier, southeast and southwest Florida. And for today, notice flooding again is likely over extreme South Florida. Chris, I saw the YouTube notification, but not the Facebook notification. Could it be there is a software switch not on or an error message? On my end, no. All I do, so I've seen a couple of you guys asking about like notifications and things like that. I have no control over that. All I do is say stream, and it streams. Okay. I wish that I had a way to help out with your notifications because certainly the more you get notified, the better opportunity we all have to hang out in the mornings. But I literally just have stream or stop streaming. That's the buttons that I have. So unfortunately, I can't help you. I'm sorry. Helping you would be helping me, right? So I apologize for that. Yeah. So anyway, back to weather for a second. So like we are absolutely entering into that summer pattern, and it's kind of right on schedule. Yes, sir. Nobody's the boss but mommy and daddy. Okay. It's okay. Just go. I'm sorry, buddy. Mommy just came down to help out. Oh man. Um. What was I saying? Oh, rainy season kicking up. We're 6 days away from the official start of summer. I don't know if you knew that. Longest day of the year, June 20th. So then we will officially be in summer. But that also means that the days will actually start getting shorter afterward. Isn't that funny? Matt says Facebook notifications are whack when they appear when they want. I've spent hours trying to get them to work for Coffee Talk. I just know to show up at 8. Yeah, and me too. I mean, I don't get a notification for Facebook. But you're the one that hits the stream button. Oh, that's right. That's right. Gabby says, please tell me it's going to rain in St. Cloud today. We haven't gotten much in all my poor yard. So Futurecast would lead me to believe that you should have some luck. Um, you can kind of see at least early there may be a shower. The best opportunity, I think, is going to be kind of southwest of the metro. So you may not. But Gabby, I'm hoping for you. I'm hoping for you. Don't upset the children for Pete's sake. They're a feisty little bunch, they are, you know? Oliver says my notification bell was defaulted to unselected. Clicked it on to all live notifications. Yeah, YouTube seems to have a better like notification thing, so at least there's that. I figured he was upset because of brother being bossy. It's golly, it's tough. Jamie's asking, how's the cruise forecast looking? So I have to tell you guys, a funny story. So I'm in this Facebook group for the cruise that I'm going on, and people were talking about the weather, and so I chimed in, and then it occurred to me like I chimed in. so so here's what's funny is like watching the tropics these next couple of days, and we'll dive deeper into it, but like watching the tropics the next couple of days, there are two areas that we're watching. Invest 90, of course, pulling away from us. But like I'm going to be cruising down here, and this area here has a medium opportunity for development. So anyway, so people are watching this, and so it's freaking the folks out that are on the cruise. And for me, I'm just like, there's enough stuff on the ship. Like you figure you're cruising during this time of year, you're going to get a little wet. Anyway, so that's where we're at with the tropics. Is there going to be some rain for us? Sure. For everybody else, though, let's kind of take a deeper dive. So that area in the southern Gulf, I know, Chris, I made myself the targeted guy, and I just wasn't even thinking. So southern Gulf, Bay of Campeche, drink. That's where we have a Caglo, a Central American gyre that's going to probably try to get spinning. So the way to look at all of this, of course, is by taking a look at the raw computer model data. This is the American GFS. What we're looking at here is pressure. All right. Anomalously high or anomalously low. The greens and the blues, that's anomalously low pressure. Matt says on a cruise, only worry if the crew puts bags out the night before near the stairs and elevators. Otherwise, relax and have a great time. I mean, it is what it is. All right. So watching right around the Yucatan, right in here. So first off, this is Monday. Seeing a little CAG around the Yucatan Peninsula, Honduras, kind of sneaking into the Bay of Campeche there around Wednesday. Also, look out near Bermuda on the top right corner. You see that little 10-12 low? That's interesting. But back to the southern Gulf there's definitely something, right? And then there's another one Friday into Saturday, right when I'll be cruising in that area. I have a feeling the ride back to Florida is not going to be the most fun. Would you look at that, around the 23rd. Getting into the northern Gulf there. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Because that's the 23rd around the Panhandle. And I just want to pull up here my long-range forecast compare. That's the 23rd Panhandle. What do we have here? The Gulf to Carolinas low. The 20th through the 26th, right in that spot. So, it fits the pattern. Did I know that this was a possibility when I booked the cruise? Yeah, I had an idea. It's not the worst thing in the world, you know, but it is what it is. So anyway, yeah, I mean there's some opportunities for some development in the Caribbean, and then beyond that, another CAG kind of sneaking into the Gulf of Mexico, and at the same time, some stuff over there in the Pacific. So kind of interesting. I think though, without a shadow of a doubt here, without a shadow of a doubt, hurricane season is probably going to get started here shortly. Um, we've had very, very, very quiet conditions out there, which is certainly welcome. But, when you look at the season as a whole, we've had 0 named storms. It's the quietest start to hurricane season in a decade. Average first storm is the 19th over the 30-year average time frame. So, yeah, kind of interesting. First named storm, by the way, I'm not egging for anything. Certainly not when I'm on a cruise ship. But first name storm is Alberto. So there you go. Diane, got your Dramamine packed? No, probably should pick some up. I don't know how the kids are gonna do. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good for most things, but kids have not done this. Matt says as an old cruise contractor, I've sailed out of Finland where they were built in 30-foot seas on the maiden voyage for delivery to Royal. You'll be fine. I'm not worried, but the little kids are what they are. Janice says, don't schedule during hurricane season if you can. Listen. It is what it is. I'm just going to roll with the punches, right? All of this does fit climatology where normal June formation zones are in the Gulf, in the Caribbean. So all of this makes sense, right? Oh, that sounds fun. I'll see you there, Sarah. Oh, man. So that's kind of where we're at tropically. We've got those 2 areas. So first area, again, is going to be down here. Southern Gulf, I would suspect, could see a little something. And then just after, I would imagine there's going to be another area there in the Gulf, right? And then beyond that, we have Invest 90, which is pulling away from us. Hurricane Center even commented it's looking a little better organized today. A 20% likelihood that it gets going, but it's pulling away from us, so not a big deal, right? Something to watch, but all in all, not too bad. Matt says, if you're a Blue Angel, you can cruise. Would I consider myself a Blue Angel at this point? I don't think that I would consider myself an actual Blue Angel, but I'll take the nod, and I appreciate that, Matt. Too funny. Elliot says, went on a cruise to Cozumel in high school. I have cerebral palsy and have an odd walk. Sunny, no weather. Boat rocked like crazy. He was one of the few people who could walk down the hall. Okay, everyone else had issues. Elliot, oh my gosh. It's one of those things. I feel like it's like a tropical system, right? It's all about when you get your sea legs, right? Speaking of which, let me look. I saw something the other day and I didn't have the opportunity to make mention of it. Hold on. No. Stand by 1 second. All right, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, okay. All right, so let's take a look at the wide Atlantic view for just a moment, okay? All right, so here's the wide view of the Atlantic. There have been a few. Yesterday, there was a real healthy wave that rolled off of Africa. We can see there's another decent little wave rolling off Africa. The reason that this is even worth mentioning is that water temperatures out there are to record levels. I would also go on to say when tropical systems roll off of Africa, they can be really vigorous. And then they hit the water and they have to, like us humans, they have to get their sea legs. But when they do, that's when we start the Cabo Verde season. They haven't yet. So like the last few waves that have come off have looked really impressive. And then they don't get their sea legs. But once they start doing that, we're going to have to start watching this area. So, suffice to say that while the tropics have been quiet, we do have currently 2 areas of interest. it's not going to stay that way. Diane says the Blue Angels special documentary on Netflix. It was Prime. It was phenomenal. Highly recommend it. Oh, watched it twice, maybe 3 times. Loved it. It was great. Absolutely, absolutely great. Look at the 0Z GFS, Mickey says. Oh boy. Because I'm off, I haven't been like living and breathing and dying and living by the models. All right, so this is the, let's just kind of familiarize ourselves. So this is the current 6Z GFS. So something in the Gulf, and then another CAG that gets going into the Northern Gulf, which fits the time frame perfectly. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the 0Z. Just because I'm told to, okay? Just because Mickey said. All right, decent little low in the Gulf. I would rather not cruise through a 998 millibar low, personally. Oh, 985? Oh, 960. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's a 964, 963. Let's not do that. Really glad that's one run of one model. But let's look at the other models while we're here. All right, so the European's starting to hint at something. Yeah. And then if we continue on. So the Euro's actually trying to sniff something out right around like Texas, Louisiana, around the 25th. That would fit the time frame. It's not as strong as the GFS was. And then perhaps something else in the Caribbean. Let's switch over to the AI, artificial intelligence European. Interesting. It's not as crazy about that secondary low there. All right, let's look at some ensembles together. GFS ensemble, multi-member. All right. All right, so definitely some ensemble support for something in the Gulf around the 19th. And then a secondary low somewhere in the Gulf. The Euro's definitely a little further west than at least the operational GFS was. Or that was the GFS. So the the GFS ensemble is further west than the operational GFS. That's what I'm trying to say. But there's definitely some ensemble support for something around the 25th, 26th, Texas, Louisiana. The operational GFS went to Florida this run, so ensembles are they're sniffing something out, and that's about all you can take away from it. But for now, 2 areas of interest, no doubt. Things are going more and more in phase these next couple of weeks using like the Madden-Julian oscillation, among other things. So that's where we're at. Yeah. Matt says the 00Z is out to lunch. They like to take, the models like to take frequent lunch breaks. They're union workers, Yeah. Flying to South Florida on the 22nd and back the 26th. Hopes it stays west. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Diane, I'm going to be dealing with that as well the next few next few years, so I apologize for that. William, is it going to cancel your cruise? Absolutely not. Slow that down. I had the best smash burger cheeseburger on the ship. Just a cheeseburger in paradise. There you go, Shauna. All right, questions, comments, concerns, my friends, anything? How we doing? The models like to drink their lunch. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Angel. It's a Mooney. I think it's a Bravo, which is too rich for my blood. I'll go with an M20J all day. Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? We got through the whole spiel early. Now we have time to talk. I just wanted to, there are things that I try to always hit on. Yeah. Thank you, Gisela. Yes, happy Father's Day to all dads. Speaking of Father's Day, here's a look. Summer weather in Central Florida is kind of where we're at. Right? So not too bad there. Couple of showers, couple of thunder showers. Yeah. I'm sick of hearing all the rain Orange County is getting. Marion County isn't getting rain. We're still in a drought. So technically, you're not in a drought. And technically, Orange County's in a drought. This is the just released yesterday drought monitor. I bet you weren't expecting to see that, Scott. Yeah. Interestingly enough, even though you have fallen on the short end of the stick for this week's weather, the further south you go, technically, the more drought condition is around. So, yeah, Marion County is actually doing pretty okay. Orange County, Osceola, Brevard, Polk were moderate drought to even a severe drought the further south you go. Now, there's a sharp cutoff, certainly. You get into the rest of South Florida, and it was to a certain extent a drought buster. But once the rains stop falling, we'll be able to make some modifications, of course, to this. But yeah, kind of interesting, right? No, I've not gotten my Blue Angel photo on the wall yet, Diane. That's one of my summer projects for sure. Yeah. Where's that Putzman off? He needs to catch up on a lot of work. He's still on his little he's still on his conference. So we've talked. We've talked. William on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday. What does abnormal mean? I'm in Seminole County. It just means you're abnormally dry, but you're not into a drought yet. I'm also in Seminole County, yeah. So that's all it means is that we're abnormally dry. Here's the numbers for the year. Orlando is 7.25 inches behind where we should be. Sanford about almost 5, 4.75, we'll say. Leesburg 1.14 ahead. Daytona Beach, Melbourne dry. But like Scott was asking about Ocala. Let me dial up. Ocala's not an official climate station, so we don't have official data, official records. But I can still give you data. So give me a minute. Daily data listing. So from 1/1, and we're just going to do precipitation. I'm doing this off air, and it's going to be search Ocala, Florida. Hold on. Ocala. All right. So Ocala. Is it? Oh my goodness. Seasonal time series. No. Precipitation summary. Annual. Ocala. Is this going to give me what I want? No, we can just do almanac data for the day for Ocala. Okay. So for Jim Taylor Field, precipitation. Hold on. Those are the temperatures. That's not any rainfall. Let's try the 13th. Oh, there it goes. All right, precipitation. Here we go. Precipitation, total precipitation. So, Ocala, total precipitation 5.33 inches. Okay. 5.33, but it doesn't have averages. So maybe it's not Jim Taylor. Maybe I need to use the Weather Service. Here it is. Okay. So, yeah, average is 19 inches of rain, and you've gotten 3. I don't know if that makes sense. Hold on, let me find, not that one. There we go, precipitation. Okay, so Ocala's seen 23 inches of rain this year. The normal is 18 inches of rain. So, to that point, you're actually quite above average. Took me forever to get the data, but there you go. So actually, yeah, so Ocala's above average, which is always a good thing. But that's why you're technically not in a drought up there. And I would take it a step further if we look at the Keach-Byram Drought Index, which looks at how much moisture it takes to truly saturate the soil. We've gotten a lot of recent rains to the south, which is why those are the cooler numbers, which is why you're the warmer numbers in Marion Flagler. But in terms of the year's numbers, you're actually not doing so bad. Sorry, it took me forever to get that. Ocala is one of those you just have to go find the data. It's a little more difficult to get. Yeah. Is there a place to find the official reporting stations? I assume NOAA or the National Weather Service has a list. Yeah, Elliot, but there's different versions because, government. So there you go. It's not that I'm on vacation mode, Mike. Laura, that sounds crazy to me. We're so very dry in Ocala. Grass and pastures brown north of town. I mean, it seems like you got a ton of rain early in the year is what I would guess. And so it's just been a while. But for the year, you're not. I know. It's all about metrics. The joke in the science community should be if you torture the data, it'll tell you what you want. You just have to find so that's the joke. I don't know. I don't know, Matt. I haven't cruised since we had kids, so I don't know. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, it's time. It's time. All right. So I'm back in the office tomorrow morning. I'll be a little grumpier, a little sleepier, doing the things. And I'll see you for sunrise tomorrow and Sunday. And then I'm gonna roll from the station to the port. Listen, thank you all so much for hanging out for coffee talk. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, would ya? Sound good? Sound good. Take care. See you tomorrow morning on TV and on the social channels. Bye.